this morning we woke up and we are at this little campsite just beneath the Three Blind Mice trails. In the last few weeks we have come down from Valmine down through the Okanagan, and we're just in Penticton, which is just a little south of Kelowna for context. And we stumbled on these trails a few weeks ago, and so we've come back and we're really excited. We're going to go for a bike ride today up in the trails, and we'll be here for like the next day or two.
We stumbled upon this little place, like it's just a little public land kind of campground, and honestly, if you bike ride and or rock climb, it is literally like the best place. Like, I would highly recommend it. Like, you can pedal up the road and go ride bike trails, and you walk down to a creek and there's like rock climbing walls everywhere. We're not rock climbers. We do like to climb, but we don't have any climbing gear or anything. But there's some really cool like natural rock climbing walls in and around like this creek. Like, it's really gorgeous. So
Yeah, so we're gonna go for a bike ride. Go check out the creek probably before we maybe head to the wineries just down below, which is quite cute.
We are still in the Okanagan, and there's like the Narnia bench wineries just down there, which are like on like the benchland overlooking the lake. It's gorgeous, and they do some really good wines, we think. So
we know, we tried one already.
So we're gonna go do maybe some wine tastings, and it's gonna be a good couple of days before we then go on to the next adventure. So let's finish our coffee and get on these trails before it gets stinking hot. Alright, so the Three Blind Mice trailhead has a couple of options. Essentially, we're parked up on the Arawana Forestry Road, so we can either drive into the trailhead, which is down near the disc golf area, or we ride up the fire road. Because our rig is hard to move, we ride up the fire road. So it's like a 6k up, and then we get to access all the trails, and it's a really nice and hot way to do it, and would always recommend.
Starting before 10 a.m.
Would recommend starting before 10 a.m. in summer, that's for sure. It gets hot here. But otherwise, make our way up the fire road. Nothing too beautiful to showcase, so we'll head up and jump into the trails. Alright, so game plan for today is we've come up the fire road. We would normally go up to like the trailhead and ride what's called like Rusty Muffler, which is the connection trail that goes essentially across the whole top of the trail system.
It's kind of a weird system. It like goes across the mountain rather than like straight down.
Yeah, and so Rusty Muffler is kind of like the connection between like most of the trails. Today we noticed on Trail Forks that there's like a little early entry, which is called Corral, which is where we are at the moment, and we're going to go across Corral, use it instead of climbing to then come down what's kind of like just access trail. We're just going to start lower, and then we're going to hit up a trail called Drops a Lot, which should be fun. It's a really, really awesome trail with some nice technical features. And then I think we're going to go all the way across Fred into Flow Coaster, which is a really nice like flow trail at the bottom there. Should be a good day. Hopefully we don't get too hot. I have plenty of breaks. Whenever we see a creek, we will stop. But yeah, so that's the plan for today. Rock drops, rock rolls.
Let's see how we go.
slow trails. Which is fun. Alright, so we just came down and we're on final up of Narnia, and now we're going down Fred and into Flow Coaster. But
It is hot.
it's very hot and we just found a creek. So we're stripping down as much as possible. Gonna jump in the creek, and also this is one of the reasons why I always bring my life straw. Essentially it's got a filter in it, so we're gonna fill up all of our water just because the pedal back up the road is pretty heavy, and that means that we'll have some fresh water to go back up the road, which will be super awesome. So really good bit of kit to bring with you on any kind of adventure when there's a potential of a creek involved. Dropped out, and it was really nice because basically the trails all drop out onto what's called the KVR, the Kettle Valley Railway, which is just this super long kind of like trail that is really good for like used to be a railway. Really good for just cruising. A lot of people use it for just a nice little pedal. It's actually cool. It links to a few backsides of a few wineries, so if you kind of want to do like a little winery tour of the benchlands, would definitely suggest. But yeah, this just basically leads from the trails all the way back to the campsite essentially. Got to pedal up a hill a little bit, but other than that, nice little slog back home. Otherwise, I love those, the views. If it will focus. Yeah, there you go. Gorgeous views. Otherwise, we love those trails. Drops is like one of my favorite up there. And then Flow Coaster is just a nice little flow finish. Try not to overshoot the well tail. We'll keep slogging along and get back to the rig. So we have finished up the ride. We got back, we were all super exhausted and tired just because it was so hot. So we've come down to the creek. have a quick swim, have some snacks, and Maya has gone and dug herself a hole and read a book, have a chill. Just have a chill. Maya has gone and dug herself a hole to lay in because there was nowhere comfortable, so she had to make somewhere. And yeah, we're just going to sit here for the next little while and just enjoy and keep swimming in the freezing cold creek. But if you're up this area, I would definitely recommend coming to the creek, and you just go off the bridge and to the right, and there's this gorgeous little like waterhole area, and it's deep enough to fully submerge. And yeah, perfect little spot. Good girl.
Alright guys, that is a wrap on Penticton. We have packed up camp, we've hit the road, we're heading north to Kelowna, and there's currently a bike race going on, which is fun. We were in the area, obviously, check out the wineries. We went to Hillside and got the game. I don't know if that's still going to be there, but can recommend. But then otherwise, there's a beautiful lake there. Definitely stop to check that out. There's beaches there. And in town, last time we were here, we actually went and checked out a few different places in town. And one of the cafes, what was it called?
Bench Market.
The Bench Market Cafe was super cute. So if you're looking for a recommendation, we recommend heading there. But yeah, we're gonna head north, hit some more trails. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, all the things, and